Yeah, welcome everyone, Sanjuchi here, and welcome back to the channel where today we'll be talking about, or at least having a discussion where Boruto Manga Chapter 45 is concerned. So if you're an anime only watcher, of course this video will contain spoilers, so you'll just major shout out regarding that fact. And of course, if you like Boruto, of course be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe if you like Boruto content, I guess. So yeah, most things Boruto, not all things Boruto, but most. But yeah, so Boruto Manga Chapter 45, as I said in my review for that chapter, we had a lot of information presented to us that we already knew for the most part, but at the same time I also said that the information for the most part serves as a call to action. The fact that a lot of the main cast knows what's going on right now, what's at stake, what they need to prevent, it actually sets the ground for them to actually start taking action and, you know, progress the plot of the story for the most part. Now, we know from chapter 45 that the mean are one of the big parts or sections, or, you know, one of the things that are instrumental for the enemy Kara, or at least Jigen and Isshiki Otsutsuki. One thing that's instrumental in completing his plan is the 10 tails, and considering that we know the location of the 10 tails, the question remains, or the question that we should now be asking is, can we expect a confrontation between Konoha and the Ten Tails 2.0, for, you know, lack of better term? So that's the one thing I think we need to actually start looking into. It does seem like it's going to go that direction, but of course we still have to consider what's going to happen with the fight with Kashin, Koji, and Jigen. I feel like that may determine what's going to happen. Even though, based on the events of the chapter where we had Jigen speaking to Code and just telling him to watch out because he knows that Konoha knows the location, or knows about that dimension with the 10 tails, it is pretty easy to say that, yo, they're basically setting things up for at least Sasuke to go up against Code. So all roads right now, if I do say so myself, basically lead to the fight against Code and the 10 Tails 2.0. But the thing is, or at least the question is, how or who will actually go there to face off against Code and the 10 Tails? We know Sasuke is like definitely a must, more than likely. He's one of the only persons that knows space-time ninjutsu that allows him to actually reach that dimension. Of course, Boruto and Kawaki, they do have karma, and once they resonate with each other, they can actually, you know, travel between dimensions. So those two are the other like candidates that could possibly accompany Sasuke or go of their own accord to that dimension, possibly speaking. So there's that. But there's the question of the two most likely options, are the two most likely candidates, Naruto and Sasuke. Will the two of them actually go and fight the new 10 Tails alongside with Code? No, it's kind of difficult to say at this time, I'm not gonna lie, because it really depends on what Amado presents to the crew based on, in terms of his information where karma is concerned, and it depends on how the fight, or the, you know, the whole conflict between Kashin, Koji, and Jigen basically unravels. Because I feel like Sasuke and Naruto may want to wait until all of this is settled in terms of the information they're getting and the information or what they can learn from the fight between Kashin, Koji, and Jigen, to basically run off before they actually make their next move. Because it doesn't really make sense just running off right away. Especially, I would think that they deduce that Jigen basically knows about them, and Amado more likely informed them of the fact that maybe Jigen would have set Code in place to actually, you know, defend the 10 Tails. So hence why I feel like Sasuke will be accompanied by at least one other person. So there is that to consider at the end of the day. Now, honestly, in terms of who could go with Sasuke, I mean, I don't really see him carrying Boruto or Kawaki, considering that the enemy is, you know, after Kawaki more than likely, and probably, no matter how you slice and dice it, anywhere Kawaki is, Naruto is going to follow. So if, and I doubt Naruto's going to leave a shadow clone to watch Kawaki more than likely. So if Kawaki even goes with Sasuke, it's going to be a Boruto, Kawaki, you know, Sasuke, Naruto kind of setup in terms of the fight against the 10 Tails and Code more than likely. And in terms of their chances, I mean, I think they would stand a pretty good chance considering that they have Amado. More like Amado's gonna tell them in terms of, you know, Code's weakness. Now, one easy thing is, and we saw this in chapter 44, if I'm not mistaken. Amado could more like just shut down Code with, you know, self shutdown like sequence, basically similar to what he did to Delta. So that would make it easy, but that wouldn't really be fun now, would it? So we want to see Sasuke have like a fight similar to how Naruto fought Delta. We want to see something like that for Sasuke more than likely, just something before the time skip, if I'm being honest. So there's that. But the 10 tails now, this is a completely different 10 tails than the one that was fought in the war. Given if Naruto and Sasuke are written properly, like as how they should be power wise, they should be able to defeat this 10 tails with you know, like mid to high difficulty. It depends really. For the most part, it's still bound, so they could probably figure something out. Who knows? Probably Naruto will call on the other tail beasts to kind of decide how he should approach handling it if we get to the point where Naruto actually leaves the village and goes out with Sasuke to confront the 10 tails, and of course Koak would follow. And I guess depending on the information that we get regarding karma, that could be a factor that they could use to, you know, factor into actually dealing with this current situation. Because honestly, this whole situation is going to determine where the story goes next. Because right now, really, if they get rid of Isshiki or Jigen along with the 10 tails, then what's more to actually, what else is there to look for? I know we speculate about more Otsutsuki clan members coming, but for the right now, immediately, I don't see anything outside of that. So I guess this fight between Kashin Koji and Jigen is going to really and truly dive into like future conflicts that are to come. Apart from, apart from Momoshiki probably taking over Boruto's body, or, the karma that's on Kawaki, whichever Otsutsuki is in there taking over his body. So yeah, that's all I have for this one still. Of course, be sure to let me know what you think, and how do you expect the conflict or the confrontation with the new 10 tails to actually go down, because that would be a major fight at this point in time. So yeah, leave your comments, let me know what you think. Of course, thanks for 500 subs again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.